What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Star Ocean Anamnesis video. I know it's been a while. The main reason I stopped making Star Ocean videos was there wasn't a ton of traction with the game. Obviously people were watching my Tales content, and then I had 20, maybe 30 people watching my Star Ocean videos, so I figured, not a lot of people are coming here to watch it, so, I'll probably give that a rest. But I figure I'd cover this in case there's people who do watch my videos that maybe don't follow this kind of stuff on Twitter, just to have an update. But as a lot of people feared lately, the English version of Star Ocean is shutting down. Essentially what happened was the first year anniversary for Star Ocean happened, where Lucifer came to the game. And right after, people had high hopes. They're like, okay, cool, we made it the first year anniversary, unlike, Tales of the Rays, which got shut down before it even got to year one. So people were pretty hopeful. The anniversary came, there was some stuff to do. Then the anniversary was over, and we had roughly, I'd say it was probably 2 weeks before we got the notice that it was shutting down. Because this got announced yesterday that it was shutting down. People were already very wary of it because there were signs of it happening. We had basically the anniversary banner went away and the events went away, and there was no content. There was no banners. You just had the basic banner that you could do your daily free single summon on with the general pool. And people, having that kind of banner for only like a week and a half, 2 weeks, that had people worried. They're like, oh crap, what's going on here? And people still held on to kind of like a sliver of hope because there was apparently going to be a 64-bit update for the game. So people were like, okay, cool, maybe this is just something, they're just preparing for this. Maybe they need the extra time to get the Season 2 stuff started. And I was an advocate of that too, because I thought this game was doing fine. People seemed to have loved the anniversary and all that stuff. Even though Lucifer didn't really seem like a very hyped character to me personally, it seemed like people were really excited to have Lucifer in the game. And then yesterday came, there was a notice in-game, and then they dropped this roughly 15 hours ago. Let's go ahead and read it. To all the captains of the... You can read that. Over the last year, players have traveled the galaxy and built up their very own crews in Star Ocean Anamnesis. From those new to Star Ocean to longtime fans of the series, it was incredible to see players experience the universe together. It is with a heavy heart that we'll be concluding service for Star Ocean Anamnesis Global version as of November 5th, 2019, 9 p.m. So that roughly gives the game, literally like 3 months of life left. As of today, in-app purchases, will be disabled. Gems already purchased prior to the end of gem sales will still be usable until the end of service. Players may continue to obtain all Star Ocean characters, including holiday versions, by playing certain missions. We hope you continue to enjoy building up your squads and participating in multiplayer co-op battles until the end of service. Thank you for playing, blah, 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 blah. Here's the issue I have with this. I figured, it wasn't popular enough. If you go to the Google Play Store, it had roughly 500,000 downloads, which really, if you have a global version of an anime game that's as big of a franchise as Star Ocean or Tales, if it has 500,000 or less, and it's a global version, exclusive, like the Japanese version is ahead of it, it's probably going to get shut down. I was also playing Valkyrie Anatomia, the Origin, and that has roughly 100,000 downloads. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, I may as well just jump on the Japanese version of that game now, because we know that game's not... If Star Ocean didn't last, there's no way Valkyrie Anatomia is going to last. So yeah, basically what I already uninstalled Global Star Ocean, because there's really no reason to keep it. Everything's going to be disappearing in 3 months anyway. They have all these events come back, so obviously all the seasonal characters, they're basically setting it up so players will be able to unlock them through doing the events instead of through gacha. So they're basically saying, oh, if you purchase gems, you can use them on this, basic banner that no one really cares about. Now, here's my real issue with this, and I really don't like to throw shade at companies, but I feel like it's really scummy the way they handled this, because if they knew this far ahead that they were going to be shutting down the game, they shouldn't have even had the 1 year anniversary. Because whatever their intentions were with the 1 year anniversary, it comes off as very scummy to have an anniversary with a character people are going to be hyped for, make players spend their money, and then immediately right after be like, oh, thanks for spending all your money on our anniversary, but this game's shutting down. They shouldn't have even if they were going to have the 1 year anniversary, what they should have done is just announce that the game will be shutting down, have the anniversary, but then have like Lucifer's banner be like free. Like, don't make people spend on it, just let them get Lucifer, or don't even have a banner, just like you're doing with these, just have an event for people to get Lucifer. Which is kind of ironic, because on the JP version, I actually pulled Lucifer today on a ticket. So yeah, I'm really not a fan of how they, at least with Tales of the Rays, they didn't do the 1 year anniversary and then announce the shutdown. You know, they didn't steal everyone's money and then announce that. They just had no content going for a while, and then they were like, oh, we're going to have these last 4 banners come out, but we're not going to charge you for them. They're going to be free to summon on. So at least Tales, at least Bandai did that. This is just coming off as really scummy, You look down here, there's like no content for so long, back up until this banner where we had, you see Lucifer and Young Miracle. They were the anniversary stuff on July 9th. A month later, there was barely any posts about anything other than, maintenance. Oh, look, you have 1 upper tiers for farming to do. Whoop-de-doo. But yeah, so if you guys want, I'm going to see what the reception is on this. I am, obviously, like I said, I already uninstalled, I unfollowed this page, because what's the point? Whatever updates they have for this game are not going to be important, since it's already going to shut down. There's no way to turn this around. In-app purchases are gone, so it's not like people can just start spending money and they're going to be like, oh, people are now spending money, let's keep the game going. But I am still going to be playing the Japanese version of the game. So if you guys want updates on all the banners and stuff that comes out with the Japanese version, and maybe some, playthroughs of the events themselves, I'll see what the reception is on this video, and if there's enough people, throw a like on this video if you want me to cover the Japanese version of the game, maybe do some in-game tutorials as to how to do things for people obviously can't read Japanese and don't know how to do it. But if you are a global player that still wants to play and maybe wants to play the Japanese version, I highly recommend joining the Star Ocean Anamnesis Discord, because they translate everything as it comes out, and that's mainly what I'll be using to cover this stuff. So like, I won't do this banner, because this banner, July 31st is when this started. But what I will do is, moving forward, I'll wait like 2 or 3 days after this video goes out, and if there's enough love on the video, then I will start covering this stuff again. It's like I said, there was just not really much interaction with this type of content, so I kind of stopped with it. But I am wanting to kind of diversify a little bit, and have more than just kind of Tales on the channel. Maybe Star Ocean, maybe some other kinds of games and whatnot. But unfortunately, this is kind of how this ended up being, so I'm sorry to everyone who only played the global version and, doesn't want to play I understand not wanting to play the Japanese version. You can't read everything, and not everyone has the time in the day to be like, oh, I'll just click around and see what everything does. So it's unfortunate. It's just one of those things where this franchise is so much more popular in Japan. Like, you just look right here, 58,000 followers for their account. You look over here, 8,000 followers. It's not popular enough over here to really warrant, mattering. Obviously, if they come out with another Star Ocean mobile game in the future, which I'm sure will happen someday, obviously it's not going to play like this, and I feel like this is probably the best kind of game they can do for Star Ocean, because it plays as close to the actual console games as you can probably hope for. And I'm going to be making a video kind of related to this, right after this one, but basically, long story short, these companies need to release their English versions alongside the Japanese version on one server, so that even if the English side doesn't, you know, carry their weight in terms of sales, it won't shut down because it's attached to the JP version. So all the English company has to do is translate everything. It's not costing them any money. It's kind of like what the Sword Art mobile game has. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down below. I understand people will be upset, but try to be civil. I don't want people going to war to each other over this in the comments or anything. Just, you know, maybe share some of your favorite moments for the global version. Maybe your favorite banner that you pulled on. I know for me, for example, I remember I bought like a $20 pack once because I really wanted Bride of Elise, and that was probably the luckiest multi I ever did in this game, because I bought the pack and then immediately I did a multi and she was there, so that was really cool. But that is it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.